Here we Okay, great. So welcome to the Success Meetups. And this is, we're coming to the end of the year. This is probably actually be the last one that I run for this year because I'm off next week and we are not doing them for Christmas and New Year's week. And then starting next year, we're going down to just once a week. So if you want to revisit all of the good content that we did um, all this year, and I think part of last year actually. You can always visit us at our YouTube channel. I'll stick it in the chat. But all of the success meetups are there. I'll actually put the success meetup playlist in there. If you ever have a question like, how do I do this or how do I do that? Honestly, you guys go search this playlist first because really there's so much good information there, so many good topics. Um, as far as that goes. So, oh, I messed that up. Hang on. I want to share it, the whole playlist. There we go. Here we go. I'll put that in the chat for you guys. Andrew wants to know which day once a week. I think I'm going to keep it my day, which was Wednesdays, which is right now. I don't see myself changing that unless something comes up in the new year, but I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be once a week. And on top of that, it's going to be a little different than this year. This year, I did kind of advanced strategies, and the trainers on the Tuesdays and Thursdays did more kind of basic stuff. And we kind of feel like we've covered most of the basics, and that is in that playlist. So I'm just going to be kind of continuing with a little more of the advanced strategies and, just different things you can do with kvCORE, really finding ways to kind of bring it into your everyday work and just take the next steps with it. So the basics are kind of going to just be living over in the YouTube channel. Okay. But if you want, I'm going to try and keep this link live if I can to register for next year. You can always scan this QR code and register for upcoming sessions. Okay, I'm going to stop my share and then let you guys know today we are going to be talking about SEO. And so I get a lot of questions about SEO and how you can improve your SEO with your kvCORE websites. And I just wanted to kind of go all through all the ways that you can do that today. One thing I want to make kind of clear is that people always say, well, it's not ranking here, it's not ranking there. I just want to be 100% honest with you. kvCORE websites, unless you've paid for the fully custom site, which is like thousands and thousands of dollars, it's a templated website. It's never going to rank above Zillow or something like that. It just isn't. People that have had them for 20 years or something and are just really super diligent about their SEO might be at the top of a search list. But they're never going to be just, at the very top right out of the box. You really have to do some work to get yourself ranking in the list. And I'm not saying you won't rank, you just might be down fourth down or fifth down or whatever. But there's lots of things you can do to rank. And there's also lots of things you can do to drive traffic to your sites. So the more traffic you drive, the better your SEO is. And we're going to talk about all that stuff today. Okay, so let me get out of here, bring my kvCORE over, and I'm going to share my screen again. And so the first thing we're going to talk about is your SEO keywords, because I think that's kind of at the top of everybody's list. And honestly, there are several different places in kvCORE that you can put keywords. And so that's really important as far as people finding your site through SEO when they're doing searches on the internet. So the place you want to go right here is if you go to your web and IDX and you go to your website manager, and you go to your service areas in SEO, you can click on them. And basically what you can do is you can decide what areas that you cover, and you can do a few things and make pages. So you're making content, which is good. And you're going to put in the keywords for that content, which is good. So for instance, if I did, so I have San Diego in here already. I'm actually going to X this out of here. And so as if I was to be adding San Diego. So I cover San Diego. And when you're looking it up, you really want to choose the correctness here. So there, San Diego, there's a neighborhood called San Diego, there's an area, there's a city. People say, should I do city? Should I do area? Like, what should I do? Honestly, it depends on your MLS. It kind of depends on like what they consider different things like the metro area or this city or whatever. Some usually the area tends to be a little bigger than the city, but again, it's very MLS dependent. You could choose both of them and go to those pages and see which one is more correct. So if I did San Diego, the area, so I've got San Diego, the area, and San Diego, the city. You can just click on this to see what you're going to get. So if I click on San Diego, I've just made a page on my website for San Diego. And so what I'm getting is I'm getting 301 listings total, new, reduced, and it'll automatically update these pages, which is good for your SEO, with the most popular, the most expensive, and the least expensive in whatever area you chose. So this one's telling me 301, and you know, whatnot. And then what it does is usually breaks it down into neighborhoods, and maybe because I chose area, it didn't do that. So let's go back to our city and see, was that the city or was that the area? That was the, well, that might have been the, I don't remember which one, I think it was the area. So let's try the city. No, it was the city to begin with. Let's try the area. And actually it looks, let's make sure I did that right. Yeah, it looks exactly the same, to be quite honest. So really you can, again, you can look through it and see which one makes more sense to you. Sometimes they're different. Sometimes they're exactly the same. Like I said, it just kind of depends on your MLS. So I'm going to stick with city. So I'm going to take out the area one. So now what can we do with these pages to even make the SEO better? So the SEO is good already because you have a page that's dedicated to the area that you're serving. The information on that page is always changing, so it's always updating, and that's good. But you can also do some keyword searches. So if you go to right here in your keywords, you can put in as many keyword searches as you want. And what you're doing is you're telling Google that I have the goods at this page if people search for this. So I would say San Diego real estate. So I might search, comma. Now your keyword strings can be, they can have spaces in the string, but not spaces between them. So you're going to put the string, comma, and the next one, San Diego homes for sale. San And think about your area, right? So it might be San Diego waterfront homes, San Diego homes with pools, whatever it is that people are going to be searching for, that you see people searching for. And you might say, well, how do I find that information? You could go like Chat GPT and ask it there. It'll give you a whole list. There are paid websites that you can pay for that will do like, they'll rank them and say, these are the most searched terms and whatnot. But honestly, if you think about it, you kind of know, like if you were to sit down at a computer and search for something, you know, you would know for your area, basically, what some of those search criteria are. So you would want to go and put as many as those in as you want, and those are great. Now, the other place you can put keywords is not just here, but Google will say, okay, San Diego homes with pools, great. Do you have anything on your page that talks about San Diego homes with pools? Because if you don't, then it's kind of like you got halfway there, if that makes sense. So over on the right-hand side, you can put things in that talk about San Diego. So if I write San Diego is sunny and warm, right? And save it. This might take a second because it takes a little while, but if I refresh my page, it's going to be slow because I'm zooming at the same time, or because it's updating. It should right here say San Diego. Here it is. San Diego is sunny and warm. Okay. So the more information you put here about San Diego, you could say San Diego is sunny and warm. There are lots of homes with pools in San Diego, you know, blah, blah, blah. The things that people are searching for, you want those keywords not only to be here, which is you're just telling Google, but you want Google to find them. So you want the name of your page in your slug up here to reflect that, and you also want your words on the page to reflect that, right? So, and your display text, you can change it, like San Diego homes or something. If you wanted to do something like that, you can change what the display text is for your area. And so basically, those are kind of the things you want to be doing. Oh, there it is. Now it's populating. So the other thing it does is it populates areas and neighborhoods. So now if you make a page called San Diego Real Estate, you now have a page on your website for every little neighborhood and every little area inside of it, which is also a good thing. If you concentrate on a specific neighborhood or a specific area, build out that page too, right? Like this is my niche. This is the area, this is the neighborhood I live in, or this is the area I live in. This is my farming area. You want to build out that page as much as you can with this much information. Put the restaurants in, put the shopping in, put what it's like to live there. The more information you have about that area, when Google crawls your site, it's going to say, oh my gosh, there's so much information about San Diego real estate here. Yeah, if someone types in San Diego real estate, I should send them there because this is abundantly clear that there's a lot of information about San Diego real estate. So you definitely want to do those. The other thing you can do besides putting text in is you can put in HTML instead. So if you have somebody that's good at writing HTML, the other thing you can do is go to ChatGPT and have them write you some HTML. And that is helpful too. One of the things you can do, so I actually did it here. We put in a picture. This is actually, I'm going to just copy this off somebody else's page, but this is all HTML written, and you can definitely do that if you want. You can even put buttons in. You can do all sorts of things that you want to do to make it as most beautiful page that you'd ever want, basically. And so I'm going to give you guys a couple of resources if you want to like dip your toe into the HTML world. I did a few success meetups on that. Go back to YouTube. No, that's not what I wanted. To go to my channel, do your channel. Coding. So I'm going to share this with you guys. This was a video I did. It was cut. Jeffrey says, I did not see the list of the YouTube presentations. You want to know why that is, Jeremy? Or Jeffrey, sorry. It's because I sent it to myself instead of you guys. Sorry. Here you go. I do that every time because it's defaulted to just the host. So there's the whole playlist. Here is a video that just had like little bitty coding hacks, like how to put in a video or how to put in a button or little things like that. And then I did another one that talked about using ChatGPT to make your code. So I will give you guys that one too. Like make me that, you can tell it, like write me HTML for, in fact, this one right here, this HTML, I asked ChatGPT to make that for me and it did. So those are all good resources to do. And like I said, the prettier it is, the more user-friendly it is, the more information you have on your page, the better your SEO is going to be for those pages. Now, let's talk about custom pages because this is the other place you can put SEO. And those are right here. So if you make a custom page, I'm going to go to new page. you can make a page about anything you like. Here, down here, there's a few things you can do to make your page even better. So let's say I'm making a page because, let me back you up. Google wants to know that you are a resource. Like if I send people to your page, are they going to learn something? Are they going to get what they want? And so think about all the things, all the resources you could put on your website that people would want to go to, not just listings, not just real estate, right? You could do a list of your most trusted vendors. So you could say, here's all of my most trusted vendors, home maintenance. This is your home one-stop shop for home maintenance or whatever you want to say. And so let's say we're making a page about that. In your title of your page, in the meta tag description of your page, in your keywords, you want to be putting things in that are keyword searches that people are looking for. So if I wrote down, or if I like, I'll just give you an example. So a month ago, we had a leaky pipe in our wall. Turns out it's been leaking for quite some time, and we had demolished the entire wall, and we just had our entire house repiped. Okay. I needed someone to repipe my house. Well, what I did was I called my real estate agent, who happens to be a good friend of ours, and I said, hey, who should I do this? And he was kind enough to give us, his most trusted. But not everybody has that. And that's a good way to get to a real estate agent. You should have this information. You should know who to send people to when they need help with their house that you help them buy or sell, right? So you could write, home repair. Your title could be the ultimate home, you want to spell things right, ultimate home repair resource guide, right? Or something like that, or recommendation guide or something. Because if someone wrote in home repair recommendations or home repair resources, it's in the title, right? The category doesn't matter incredibly much. I could just put it under my partner's category. This is more for when you're putting stuff on your website. Up here, you can put it in your custom navigation. And if it's just a page, this is just a page, like Guide to the Burbs is just a page, right? But communities is a category and you can nest things under it. So and if you guys want to know how that whole thing works, I'm not going to go into that now for you. We also did something on that custom pages. Yeah, I'll stick this in here for you. This is how to make custom pages and nest them in categories and put them in your custom navigation. So I'll put that in the list here for you guys. Okay. Okay. So we want it in the title. What else do we want? Well, we want it in the slug. So maybe your slug is going to be whatever your title is, but you can change it. And the slug is whatever it's going to be, like your URL / the ultimate home repair resource guide. And maybe you want to put resource guide San Diego, maybe, or something, because again, you want to kind of be local to your area. The ultimate local, I mean, this might be too long for here, but you can put it in your slug. Then you want to think about your meta tag description. Your meta tag description is, if you're on Google and you search for, running shoes, this right here is your meta tag description. It's the first like 2 sentences that are going to show on Google when people are searching for you. So you want to make it whatever that is, a reason for people to click it. Because if it does show up in a search and it gets clicked, that's even better. Because Google's going to say, oh, I served them up this content. They read what it was about and they felt like this was good enough to click on, right? So our sentence would be the ultimate guide to the most trusted home maintenance. You guys, I can spell, but I'm a little bad typer. Maintenance and repair companies. You know, you could put something like, never be disappointed again in repair work. Again, I spelled it so badly that I couldn't find it. Okay, right? So those, you really just you want to keep it to 2 sentences. It's only going to be those first 2 sentences right here. That's all you're going to find, right? And then again, you've got your keywords. So you could be, you know, San Diego home repair, roofers in San Diego. You know, whatever it is, like roofers, plumbers in San Diego. You get the idea. Like what all the people that you're putting on there, all the vendors you're putting on there, put it in your keywords so that Google can say, oh, you know, whatever. And then when Google crawls your site, they're gonna be like, yeah, there are plumbers on here. And the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to link out to those people. Okay. But I just kind of wanted to show you where to put keywords in. Those are the 2 places in kvCORE that you can actually put in keywords to tell Google what's up. The rest of your site, so here, and even on your SEO, and if you do a blog or whatever it is, you want your keywords to be in the text, to be in the title, to make, you know, to be there, if that makes sense. So when you're making this page, you want to talk about the plumbers and all the stuff that you're doing, you want to have in the text. The more times it shows up in the text, the more times Google's like, yeah, they've got it. I know, I'm sending people there, if that makes sense. So that was the first thing I want to talk about was your keywords. And so does anybody have any questions about keywords before we move on at all? Okay. Or in the chat or in the Q&A if you did. Oh, are words in the slug hyphenated? So the slug is the ending of your URL. So you have to have, you can't have spaces because it would break the URL, right? So your URL is all one word. So yeah, what they usually do is put hyphens in between the words. So they're not all smushed together. They can be easily read, but you know, you can't have spaces. Abe has a question. Abe, hang on. I'll let you talk if you want. Let me find you. Where's Abe? Abe, go ahead, Abe. What's your question?
Yeah, thank you. So I wanted to ask you, in the custom pages under keywords, you had another section. Where was it? Oh, right there, the meta tag keyword. What goes in there again? What are you putting in there?
So it's the same as in the SEO page. Basically, what kind of keywords, what search would someone searching in Google to find this page? So if I'm looking for San Diego home repair, I sat down at my computer and typed it in. You're telling Google if someone types that in a search, I have the goods on my page for that. Yeah.
Got it.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay. All righty. So the next thing we want to talk about, so that's, I mean, if there's one thing you do, it's your keywords, right? Please do that. The second thing you want to do is you want to keep your content fresh and updated. Now, luckily for you, kvCORE kind of does a lot of that for you because you have an MLS website. All the information is constantly changing because the MLS is constantly changing, right? So your listings are changing, whole site is always changing because of that. So all of those custom pages, or not custom pages, SEO pages that you made, they're always going to be changing, especially the listings on the top because the MLS is changing. So that's a good thing. But you still want to keep it kind of updated with fresh content. The best place to do that would be a blog. or custom pages on your website, right? The blogging is great for that. I highly recommend doing it. And people are like, I don't have time to do blogs. I don't want to do blogs. You know who is your friend here? Is ChatGPT is your friend like for life when it comes to blogging. Because basically, if you go to ChatGPT, like let's say, because I'm gonna cancel this out. You want your blog to be a resource, right? Let's say you want to write a blog about all of the upcoming events in the area, right? You can't copy and paste it because that's plagiarism. But you can stick it in chat gpt and ask them to rewrite it for you, and you can. So if I said so I live in Portland, um upcoming events in Portland, Oregon. um you can do something like this. So you could you go chat gpt and you say, um actually, this is what I do is I just do a blank document. And I say, write me a article in the style of Portland Monthly magazine about these upcoming events in Portland. Now, you cannot just say, write me about upcoming events in Portland in Chat GPT. And the reason for that is Chat GPT does not have access to like really recent stuff online. There are some further iterations of it that I'm told do, but I think you have to pay for them, and I'm not exactly sure how that works. But if you go back and you say, okay, you you just copy and paste this stuff. Oopsies. Back. Lighting. Um, Oopsies, what did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. Come on. It's slow, slow, slow. I'll just get another one while I'm waiting for it. Zoo lights. Zoo lights is always fun. Okay, I'll just get this here. So let's go back here. Where did I go? Did I really lose it? Oh no, here it is. Okay. And that. All right. Now I'm going to take this whole thing. I'm going to go to Chat GPT. I'm going to tell it what to do. Watch the magic happen. um, I mean, it just was writing you the greatest, grand unveiling, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it rewrote it the whole thing for you. So now you can take this and you can make just, you can make a blog post. Go to quick actions, blog posts, add a post. And now you've got all sorts of information. The other thing you could do is they actually put even some links in here for you, which was great. Now you have, I mean, how fast was that? So people tell me, oh, I don't have time to blog. You have time to blog. That took me 5 minutes, right? And then you've got information about all this stuff. And so your website can be a resource for this information. The other thing you can do is you can go to Canva and you can make a picture. You can say, where's my photos? Photos, Christmas in the city. Again, Christmas in the city. No, still? Oh, because they want me to capitalize it. Whatever. Okay, Christmas in the city. And then, you can pick something that's nondescript, so you don't know if it's your city or not. Here, pictures of people are always good. And then you can download it. And then you can put it right here. And now you have a picture, which Google likes too, in your blog. And so if we save that, we publish that. And then you go here, this is what your blog looks like. I mean, literally, if you can do it once a week, it's really going to help your SEO. Okay. Now, that's all about updating the content. So that's number 2 thing you can do. The third thing you can do is externally linking to other things. And I know had so many people. Oh, I have a question. Let me see saying how. Where is the blog shown on the website? The blog is here under your agent blog. So this is the blog, and then it'll have all the past blogs. You could also take this and make it and put it somewhere. You want it to be more prominent. You can put it up here in your custom navigation too. The other thing with your blogs is this is a link to your general blog, but if you click on any of the actual blog posts, there's your slug, right? You can take this blog and then post it, put it everywhere, put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn, put it everywhere you can. People want to know what's happening. They want to know where the festivities are. It's going to drive traffic to your site organically, which Google loves, right? So get the content and put that content out. Not just your blog, but all those SEO pages, you can take that slug and put them out into the world, right? Hey, I've got the best, all the information about, real estate in San Diego. Here's your guide. Put that out into the world. So the more that you're putting it out there, the more people are clicking on it, the more Google says, oh, people are visiting this site and they want to. If people are searching for something similar, I should send them there because other people are going there, right? It's an organic thing. And like I said, it can take years to be like at the top of this list. But after a while, if you're just really consistent about it, you will get there. Okay. So that's the number 2 spot was updating your content. And then the third, like I said, is external links. So in here we have, for a sneak peek, here's the external link. This is great. And I'm glad they put it, that ChatGPT put it in for you. But what you want to do is whenever you're linking something, you want to link the whole thing. You want what the hyperlink to be, how am I trying to say this? Informational. So this is an external link and Google likes that, but there's nothing above that helps you. But if you link this whole thing, don't put like click here and link it. Do something like this. So go to, where am I at here? Edit this. If we say, I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy the link address. So I could say, check out a sneak peek at these creations and link that whole thing. Because what you're doing is you're telling Google not just what the link is, but you're telling Google what the link is about when you do that. Okay. So again, click the website. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Do copy link address. What is this about? Um, say PDX pop up shops, specific locations and their special hours. Right? So you're telling Google, what did I just do? No, I didn't need to, oh, maybe they did a link. That the link doesn't look right. Make sure it's right. But you're telling them I've got the link and here's what the link is. This is where the link goes. You're giving them that information. Okay. So I've had people say to me, I don't want people to leave my website. I don't want to put external links on my website. I want them to stay. And I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. If you put external links on your website that go to other real estate sites, yeah, don't do that. Like, you don't want people finding other real estate agents this way. But if you're sending them to an event, or to, more information about an event, you're sending them to, your roofer's website or your maid's website or your whatever, those websites, that is not going to make them the value that people see in that is way more than what you're losing by having them leave your website. Your website should be a resource for them, and Google wants it to be. So don't be the kind of person that's like, nope, no external links. I don't want people going to other websites. Yeah, don't link to like so and so agent website, or don't link to like a website about real estate, because your website should be about real estate, but you can link out to local things, helpful things, that kind of stuff. Do it. Link to restaurants, all that good stuff. It will help your SEO tremendously. Okay. So that's number 3, external links. Number 4, so those are the top 3, and I think those are pretty easy. The next one is a little harder. But you can do it. So it's your photos. Google really, really cares about people who can't see your pictures. And I know it sounds weird. What do you mean people that can't see my pictures? In Google, Google, first of all, can't see your pictures really, right? It kind of can, but it kind of can't. And on top of that, people that are blind cannot see your pictures. And usually people who are blind that are surfing the web have like some kind of like program that reads it to them. And so the only way for them to understand what the picture looks like is for you to tell them. And the only way for Google to know what the picture is for you to tell Google. So this takes a little bit of coding. If you click here, you can, let's see if it's in here or not. Oh, this is a big mess. It's kind of, actually, I'm not going to do this. Cancel. Instead of putting the picture in like I showed you, I'm going to delete this out of here. I put it on, it's those custom page coding hacks. I put it in the chat, but I'm going to give this to you guys, this Google Doc. Give me a second to find it. Right here. I'm going to give you guys this. Share it. Share. Here, I'm going to put this in the chat for you guys, but I'm also going to pull it over so you can see it. This you can get it also if you watch the video about custom page coding hacks. But this one right here, add your image and make Google happy. Okay. Right here, you see where it says Alt. I don't know why that, I should put that in there. Photo description. I don't know how that came out. Okay. So this little piece of text for code here basically will, it'll do a few things for you. It's going to dynamically make your photo fill the space. Okay. It's going to put a little padding on the bottom so your text isn't right up against it. And it's going to tell Google what it is. So let's take this here. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to delete this out of here. Let's put this here. Okay. So what you need is you need a link for your image. So and the easiest way to do that actually is if you go to kvCORE and you actually put your image in, but we're not going to put it in. We're going to upload it, browse for an image, open it, save it. And right the very top, right here, I know it's hard to see, is your image link, PNG. Copy it. The other thing you can do is you can get it, instead of going there, you can get it right here. You don't have to go to the code. You can get it right here. Just make sure you save it. Because if you don't save it, what you're doing by saving it is you're putting it out in the internet somewhere. Even if you delete it off of here, it's still there, weirdly. I don't know why. So there's your link. So we had the link. Let's go to put that link right here. This is a little techie, but Google really likes this. And then where it says photo description, you're going to put a description of like just a short, like few words. What is this photo about? It's about people in holiday outfits in a neighborhood. Okay. You can also put keywords in your alternate text because Google looks at that and reads it. So you could say people in holiday outfits, even though it's not really that, at city events. So you got the events word in there, holiday in there, right? And then you can take this whole thing, copy it, and you can put it at the beginning. So above all of your stuff, all of the words you put in here, save it. And there it is. And so now there's that padding we talked about. So now you've made Google really happy because you're helping the blind people and you're helping Google know what the pictures are on your website. So that's just another, if you really want to go deep with your SEO and do that. Okay. That's the fourth thing. The fifth thing you can do to help your SEO is you can have link backs. And what link backs are if your website is on other people's sites, right? Google sees that, knows that, cares about that. So start thinking about people that would put your website on their website. Okay. So all those vendors that you put on your website, because you work with them and you refer business to them all the time. Hey, can I be on your website as one of your trusted real estate agents? Tit for tat. I'm going to put you on my website. You put me on your website. Yeah. I don't think that's a hard thing to do, right? Your lender, you should be on your lender's website. Your title people, you should be on their website. All of that stuff. You want to go and be on other people's websites. Now, if you have a really great blog and it's all about all the stuff that's happening in your city all the time, think of all the people that might want to link out to those sites. Okay. If you are highlighting a restaurant, if you're highlighting different things, you know people that have websites. I mean, just ask people. It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst they can say is no, right? But if you're highlighting other people's stuff on yours, they might want to highlight it on theirs. So that's the last thing of the five things. And Abe wants to know if I can say all the five things again, which I totally can. So the five things were, let me get my list back in my head because I wrote it down on a little jotted sheet so I wouldn't forget it. So thing number one was SEO keywords, right? That's the number one thing you can do. And where did I put my whole, oh, hang on. There it is. So the number one thing you can do, keywords. right? You can, where can we put our keywords just to review? You can put them in your SEO pages. You can put them in your custom pages, and you can put them in the actual text or alternate image text or slugs of your website pages. So that's the number one thing you can do. If you do nothing else, do that. Okay. Number two is just keep your content updated and fresh. Okay. So we already do that a little bit for you already with changing of the MLS, and all that stuff changes out, but so does every other agent's website that has an MLS attached, right? So blogging, custom pages, keep your SEO fresh. Blogging really will help you a ton with your SEO. And I just showed you how stinking easy it is now that you have ChatGPT on your side to write these blogs. I mean, it is bananas easy to do. Um, that's number three. No, that's number two. Number three is external links. So putting links on your website, whether it be in your custom pages, on your blogs, in your custom, your SEO pages, links out to other websites that people care about, having your website, because Google's going to say, hey, if I send them there, where are all the other places they can get to if I send them there? And so if you have a ton of other places, if you're a super good resource, or your website's a great resource, Google's more apt to send people to your website. Okay, that's three. Four is putting the alternate text in your photos. You're making Google really happy. You're telling Google what's in your photos. Put keywords in those texts, in that alternate text, and it's all, also helps disabled people, which is great. And then the last one is getting link backs. So talking to people and getting your website on other people's websites is great. Even if you can get, not even just websites, but like if you can get, you did a thing about my top five favorite restaurants. Maybe you ask those restaurants to put it on their Facebook page, put a link to that blog on their Facebook page, right? And tag them when you post it to social media. So maybe they're more apt to do that, or more apt to share that. That's a share. That's a link back. Your link is on someone else's Facebook page. That's a link back. Okay. But maybe they want to put it in their, a lot of websites have, like, us in the news, like what's been in the news recently about us. And if you have a blog about that includes them, they've just been in the news, they might want to put a link there. So those are link backs. Okay. Um, and then that's the last one. That's all five. Okay, so Abe also wants to know, will we receive a recording of this? You will not receive a recording of this, but if you go to the playlist that I gave you at the beginning, you definitely go to our YouTube channel. I try and get this up by the end of the day. Sometimes it takes me an extra day. It might be tomorrow, but it definitely will. And I will post it on our Facebook group. He wants to know what was number two, slug something. Number two was updating content. So actually I'm going to put all five. Uh-oh. I did Control V instead of Control C. I'll put all five here in the list there for you guys. See. Okay, so we've got about 10 minutes left. Who has questions? It can be about this, or it can be about anything kvCORE related. What should we search on YouTube to find this? You could search SEO. Just search SEO and you'll find it. When I post it. So give me, to the end of the day or tomorrow. But if you search SEO, you will definitely find it. And it also, just FYI, if you go to our YouTube channel, and you go to our playlists, and you go to the Success Meetups playlist, it will probably be at the very top of the list, because I just did it when I do it. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I can be anything kvCORE related, anything your heart desires to know about. Or I can eat lunch early. Anybody? Abe says, yeah. Abe, you want to talk again? Here we go. I like Abe. It's just such a fun name. Hang on. Go ahead, Abe. What's up?
Yeah, fun name until you go to Starbucks and they can't pronounce your name and they call you Abi or Abe. Hilarious.
No, you're like, dude, it's a founding father talking about.
Right? As a present. Yeah. All right. So another thing I want to ask you was now, um, any custom pages that we add onto our site, can we share that on Facebook? And if we do, does Facebook like that? Will Facebook promote that? You know, that kind of.
You absolutely can. Will Facebook promote it? No. Facebook promotes nothing that doesn't
Well, meaning like,
serve
you
their
know, like
purposes.
yeah, yeah, but you know, like if you put like a YouTube link on Facebook, Facebook and YouTube are, you know, and Google are like in competition, so they don't really, you know, help any at all. You know, that's
Right, right.
like okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, not really. They just
Okay,
basically, they want you to pay all the time, so
of
pay
course.
to boost things or whatever. But
Yep.
the only thing they will do once I will say with promoting is if the content is good enough and
Yeah.
the people that see it are clicking on it. So FYI, this is Facebook's algorithm. You have 100 people that follow you on Facebook on your business page and you post something, 7% of the people that follow you will see it.
Gotcha.
If people start clicking on it, that starts to rise. So the more people that click on it, they're saying Facebook says, "Oh, this is a hot topic," or "This a lot of people are going to look at this. I'm going to show it to more and more people." So yes, they will promote it, but they won't promote it outside of your followers, but they will promote it to more of your followers if the content is good enough that a lot of your followers are clicking on it.
Gotcha. Do you know what's the easiest way to do that? Because I think I tried it and I couldn't figure out. Maybe I just wasn't doing the right thing. But
What do
there's
you
a
mean,
link
dude?
on our each of those custom pages. There's like a shareable link on there, I guess.
Yeah, oh, sure. So if you go to, so those are my blog posts. But your blog posts are here. It's the same thing. The link is always here. You can just copy it. But if you go to your website manager and you go to your custom pages,
Oh,
um, and so like here's a buyer's guide or whatever, the link is right there. So you can either click here and that copies the link, or you can click here and that will open the link.
uh-huh.
Um, Either way. I think that's an empty page, but I do a lot of these. But like the guide to the verbs, you would copy it,
Oh, right. Okay.
just go to Facebook,
Got it.
and you would just, paste it in. And once
Got
you've
it.
pasted it in, especially that's another reason you want to have pictures, because once you paste it in, whatever, see, I don't think there's a picture on that page. It'll pre-populate the picture. Like if I
Hmm.
pasted the that holiday one, in fact, I'll do that. Hang on, let's do that. Let's load. Here we go. If I post this, it should pre-pop. Why isn't it pre-populating? Facebook's mad at me. Yes, I'm going to leave you, Facebook, and I'm going to go back here. There it is. So it will pre-populate the picture and it will have, you know, a little bit about it. And then you can just take this out and write whatever you want. Right. And then
Okay.
all they have to do is click on this and it will get them to your blog or your page or whatever.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other questions for me, Abe? No?
Uh, and you said it could be anything on kvCORE outside of this, outside of
Yeah.
SEO.
Hmm.
Okay. Um. Okay. So for my past clients, kvCORE is sending them like a home anniversary text. Um,
Hmm.
and it's totally sounds like a robot, doesn't sound like me. Where's the best way for me to edit that? Or how can I edit that?
Yes, you go to marketing, all marketing,
Right.
birthdays and anniversaries, and right here.
Okay.
So happy
Marketing.
birthday text or happy birthday email, change the template. Now you can't make one here. You'd have to have made one. So you would go Actually, you would go to your marketing,
Oh, okay.
go to your campaigns,
Go to marketing, go to campaigns.
templates, and you would add a template. So you'd add a text template. And whenever you make a template, always put your initials on it. So Abe Thomas,
Yeah.
you'll never find it again otherwise. My um closed anniversary text.
So add template and text template, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
Got
a
it.
year. Yay. Oopsies. Right. And then I would honestly go change this once a year, obviously, because you don't want to say you don't want to send the same text year after year, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you
Okay.
have core video, definitely put in a video. Hey, it's been a year, another year. Here I am. Yay. Here's my face again. But if you don't, go with that, add your template, and then you just go back to all marketing,
Hmm.
birthdays and anniversaries. Here's your happy home anniversary text. Let's find Abe Thomas. And it might actually take a second. It takes a second
Got
to
it.
load. Also, I'm in,
Oh, that's it.
you know,
Okay.
let me just refresh it. There it is, my closed anniversary text. Yay. Add template. Now that's it. Now it's there.
Okay.
That'll send it instead.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also, so I noticed underneath the pre-typed text, it my name was appearing twice as a signature. It was appearing twice. I don't know why that was. Like, is there a way to edit the signature on the text?
No, the signature is there for compliance purposes. The only thing
Yeah.
I can think of is that in your settings, you've got like, you've got it screwy here. Like you have Heather and then
Uh,
like Heather Bowden or something, and it's pulling
okay.
wrong. That's the only thing I can think of having your name twice.
Hmm.
Unless you're writing Abe Thomas and then it's adding the signature on top of it. That could be two. That would be the only reasons why. And if those two reasons are if those two things are not happening, go down to your chat and tell them and they'll look into it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, Terry has a question. When I create a campaign and the sender is the company, who does it show the sender is? I'm not sure I understand your question. Terry, I'm just gonna let you ask it live. Go ahead, Terry.
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. So I'm the broker. I'm in the midst of creating campaigns for the agents to use. So one of the choices in the setup for campaigns is it's from, and you can enter company in there. And then it goes to the lead. So when I do that and the campaign automatically turns on, who is it going to? Or who is it from?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean. Do you
Okay.
mean the scope? There's a difference between the sender and the scope.
Okay.
So let me get into let me get into a different one that I have company access to. Give me a second. I'll show you.
And maybe the company just means everybody can see it.
That is exactly right. So that's what that means. It means that if you scope it to, what just happened? Hello. No, log in. There we go. So here, this is a company admin one I can get into. But so when you're doing your smart campaigns,
Uh-huh.
so here's your scope up here. If you're adding a campaign and you say your scope is the company, it's basically you're writing this, the company, anyone who's in the company can see it and use it. And I'm
Okay.
making it for my agents.
Okay.
But so let's say the lead is new, designed for buyers. when I do this, and test again. This is the one I just made. So when you're making your action,
Yes,
you're going to tell it, I want it to go from the agent to the contact.
but you can select company in there.
No, you can't. It's either
Yeah.
agent, vendor,
Okay.
or system.
Okay.
If
Next,
it's the system, you're sending it to either the agent or the lender. So usually that's like a task, or you can
Okay.
send an email to this. You could send an email from the system to the agent that says, hey, dude, don't forget to, you know, do XYZ with this contract or whatever it is. You could send them an email. This
okay.
is an email template, but you cannot choose. Those are the only three choices you have.
Can I ask 2 more questions?
Sure, man, you can.
Okay. When I want it to be, like I have a campaign that it's set to automatically start if somebody hits the website. Who will it be from? Will it will it not start until agent accepts the lead?
Correct. It will not start until the agent accepts the lead.
Perfect.
And then it'll come from that agent.
Okay. Next question is, I'm trying to apply some triggers, and a lot of the campaigns both have email and text in them. However, oftentimes we only have one or the other. So I'm thinking if I say a trigger is they do have an email, and the second trigger is they do have a phone number, then it would assign a certain campaign.
Right.
But if it doesn't have an email, but they have a phone number, it would assign a different campaign. Am I thinking correctly?
Yes. So if you're going to do, if your trigger is phone is empty, or phone is not empty, and email is not empty,
Yes,
then it's only going to, oopsies, then it's only going to run if both of them, it has to meet both of the criteria.
that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay, so my thinking was good. I was afraid that maybe it stopped at the first trigger. So that's perfect then.
Yeah, and so like, then you could do one where phone is empty, but
Yes.
phone is empty, but email is not. And then you could do another one, vice versa. Yeah. So it'd be 3 different ones. Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
You're very welcome. Any other questions for me? Abe has one. Last one for Abe. I don't believe you, Abe, but I will. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Abe.
Okay, so in the birthday or the anniversary text, is there a way, like in those email newsletters and chains and whatnot, there's like a code you can put in where it automatically just puts in the first name for you?
Yes, sir.
So
That is your merge tag.
Yeah.
So go back to, you'd have to do that when you're making the template. So we're going to go back to our templates. Oh, and I went into a different account, so I can't find your old one, but
Oh, good.
if I did Abe Thomas, right?
Yeah.
It's basically in a text message. It doesn't have it on here, but you can find it by doing the squiggly bracket.
Right.
If you click that squiggly bracket, if you type in the squiggly bracket right here, it'll pull down this list. And so I can do lead, hang on, lead first name.
Oh, awesome.
And a year. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I already made that template, I can go back and edit it, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just go back in, edit the template. I was gonna do that, but I won't, like I said, I went into a different account, so I couldn't find it. But yeah, so you just go back in and edit the template. It's been a year. There's all sorts of different things you can put in here, basically. Yeah.
All right, terrific.
All right. Terry, you put your hand up.
I did. Can you quickly show me, if you can't, that's fine. How do I add my blog in the navigation bar?
So it's a little tricky. In the navigation bar, if you, so let me go here. So if we go to website manager and you go to your settings and you go to your custom navigation, down here, where is it at? Right here. You can either put pages in your custom navigation, like I was saying, or you can put categories in your custom navigation, whereas if it will nest the pages underneath, right? So in order to put something in your custom navigation, it either has to be a custom page or it has to be a custom category. So what you would do is you would go to your blog, my blog here. Where's my blog? So you go to your blog, you get your blog link. So you would go to my agent blog. This will give you your blog link.
Okay.
It's right here. So you take that link and you basically have to turn it into a custom page. So you would go to kvCORE and you would go to Web and IDX Website Manager. You would go to custom pages. You would do a new page. You would say, you could say my blog, or you could title it whatever you want to title it. And then right here, you see where it says URL optional. You're
Yeah.
basically redirecting. So you're going to put your link in there and you're going to save it. And now my blog is a custom page on your website. So then you can go back to your settings, go to your custom navigation and choose my blog. And then that will put it into your navigation at the top.
Got it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, guys. We are pretty much over our time here, so I'm gonna let you go. But again, like if you have questions, anytime, come to these sessions. We always answer questions at the end if we have time to do so. And I look forward to seeing everybody in the new year. And I really hope that everybody has a really good holiday. Well, thanks, AU. Everybody has a great holiday, no matter what holiday you celebrate, and have some wonderful time with your friends and your family this holiday season. So have a great one, and I'll talk to you guys in the new year. Bye, everybody.